this is post the event
Yeah.
that you who have been able to take part or just missed out. But don't worry, we're definitely going to fill you in and give you a recap of everything that happened that night and some more information too. Before we go too deep into this, I just want to kind of also address that it was the release of Colin's album. Okay. How's it play a part on Sutudu, the platform that you're licensing it on?
Okay, sure. So, well, first of all, Sutudu is a new licensing platform that you're all putting together, and I'm super excited to be a part of. The idea is that, okay, I've done a production with your production team here. It was Echoes. We did it together.
Right.
And then I'm releasing an album, which is great. The album as its own thing can go and do what it is. I own the music. It's registered on ASCAP and
Right.
everywhere it needs to be. And now Sutudu is a platform that's going to make licensing music very affordable for filmmakers because from what I've noticed is I've kind of seen a one or the other situation where it's like we have a budget for a composer, cool, if there's a
Right.
bare minimum, like we're able to operate in that fashion, have a composer get a thing together, boom. And then there's independent filmmakers that are just like there's just simply no money for a composer, like they're just completely low shoestring budget, and they go to either exclusive libraries or non-exclusive libraries, and
Gotcha.
they get their music from there, and that works for a lot of people. But they have an issue with fitting it to scenes exactly and like the bespoke nature of a score. So Sutudu now I can do a production,
Right.
I can release my music where I retain ownership and I get to control the destiny of that music as an album, as tracks and stuff like that. And now I can also put on Sutudu, which has a wonderful deal with the artists. And now I have the ability to license that music out to other filmmakers that might like it. And there's all sorts of terms you can set in terms of exclusivity, non-exclusivity, and stuff like that. But it's a kind of a three-pronged attack, like having the gig itself and writing is one way to generate revenue and income.
Right. Right.
Then I can release the music and collect all royalties and album sales and all that as the individual independent artist that owns the music.
Gotcha.
And now I can also license it on this platform as well with the idea of it being affordable and accessible. It's not like a get rich thing. It's like, hey, you assume you have to use like a major huge company, non-exclusive library.
Right. Right.
Check out what we have here. This is all bespoke score stuff, and we'll grow the catalog, if you will, from there with my stuff. And now I have this wonderful three-pronged attack of getting my music out there in different ways, all
Yeah.
tied together with this production team here and all the things we do together.
And a lot of times licensing isn't really well understood. So can you probably explain what that is? What
Sure,
is
yeah.
exactly licensing?
In the world of film composing and doing scores and stuff like that, getting gigs and doing films obviously is one way of making money, right? But when you're starting off, or if you are, perhaps you do that for some parts of the year, there are many people that will write and compose cues for library services, and especially exclusive ones they can be very lucrative income source for composers.
Right.
They're very hard to get into. They have very stringent policies. The music has to be written to a very specific form more often than not. And it could be years before you see a return on investment. Your stuff could just sit out there. Of course, if it does get picked up by maybe a TV show that doesn't have a composer or something like that, it goes into syndication. Like people earn a very large salary just doing that alone. Now you wouldn't know who
Because they worked like years.
they pump tracks
building.
out like crazy. Yeah, and it's awesome. It's a great way. It's a great way to build income, but there's a long-term investment where then you really have to just write, and then.
Right.
So that's one way of doing it.
It's a big accomplishment.
Thank you, man. I
Very,
appreciate it.
very big
Thank you.
accomplishment. I think you should be very proud. I think the music is great. I even appreciated it more when I saw the behind the scenes to it because it shows the amount of work that actually goes into you know it's you notice things that when they're bad, right? But
Oh
you
yeah.
don't notice them when they're great or they're good, because it's just like when you watch movies, right?
Mhm.
Nobody pays attention to nobody goes, "Oh, that was some great Foley work."
Yeah.
That nobody does
That
that.
was a crisp footstep.
Yeah, or like or the rustling of a bag, or the way
Yeah.
the door closes and slams. Like a lot of that stuff is so important in film, and like it's really awesome to see, and also the creative stuff too, like some of the sounds that I didn't know that I'm like, that's what he did to make that sound, or it's like
Yeah.
what, or even when you were drumming and you were just that video, and then you put it after it's mixed in. I was just like, it was like night and day, you know.
I'm thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the goal was to kind of like, you can check it out, by the way, little plug on my YouTube channel. I
Yeah,
put all the behind the view. I waited till after our event to
yeah,
keep
I'll
it
just, yeah.
exclusive. But I let the raw video audio roll when I was showing the clips in the studio just to see how it sounds raw, and then
Yeah.
like fade it into the track so you can see how it contributed to the whole. I'm really happy the story was told well. Those videos break down different parts of what I've done and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But like I also edited those videos myself, like
Yeah.
on Final Cut, and like I am not a video editor. I never have
Yeah.
been.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna. I'll definitely share you clips of those,
Yeah.
so you can see exactly what we're talking about. Because that's stuff that we were able to see, you didn't get to see because you weren't there live, but you'll still get to
Next
see that in
time.
post and next time. But it's a bonus footage you'll get to see.
Absolutely.
But I would say, yeah, I mean, it's cool that the amount to see the amount of work and the artistry that went into it. It's also good to, it kind of revisits and it kind of like revitalizes the excitement that was for that day.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why the people that came, thank you so much for coming, because if it wasn't for you guys, like, this project wouldn't have been. And and the thing is, we got to support each other, and we have to make sure that we keep pushing to do more creative work like this. So, that's why we do it, right? We do it because we love it, right? And and if we can, and if we could support each other as well, like, whether we have our projects, or whether we have, new initiatives and things like that, or simply just coming to our own each other's events, like those things matter. and and the people that are fans that came out, or just happen to want to check out and be around real people for one day,
The event was like, for me personally, was really putting myself out there in
Yeah.
a way that I'm not too accustomed to really at all, because I've been in a band and
Right.
toured and stuff like that and been
Yeah.
on stage, and like you're putting yourself out there, but you're with a team of guys.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
it's a celebration. It's just so you can revisit
Yeah,
that.
but like I've
you
never
know?
really had an event for like specifically
We-
me, the individual. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I've always been part of a group or something like that. So you're vulnerable, and you're worried,
Yeah.
like, is anybody going to come? Or like, are they going to buy it? They're going to buy into what you're doing,
Yeah.
So I made sure I listened to what you and Khoa had to say a lot. I took it to heart, especially when you remember you guys kind of dropped a little bit of like a day before, 2 day before, kind of like, oh, you might want to, when you saw my outline of what to do,
Yeah.
do this, do that. It really helped refocus kind of like the theme of the night a bit. Everybody that was there was meant to be there. Like truly, every other person was like, whether you're working in education or you're a musician or an artist or you make films or you're just whatever industry you're working in, you are interested in the networking of it, the growth of it within it. Everybody was a very motivated individual, so the hang was perfect.
Right.
Simply because there was just this general understanding that like, and
There were a lot of doers there.
yeah, but it was genuine too.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Because like,
Yeah.
when I think of like networking, going to events, naturally people have a kind of ick to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of lame. I don't want to get my
Yeah.
card. I'd be like, hey
Yeah.
man.
I mean, I get
you know?
that way too. Sometimes,
Me too.
I
Something
just
to
like, oh,
yeah,
man, I
but
don't wanna talk to
it
people.
wasn't like that
Yeah.
because I don't know, just because of the accomplishments of everybody that was there and just the kind of people they are, and there's a lot of people that couldn't make it for whatever reason. That's cool, but like I wanted to say that and put that out there because when I approach people, like we have this networking event, that could be a visceral response. Like I'm
Yeah, it
uncomfortable.
sounds a little salesy too. Like when
Yeah. But it was nothing but that. All it was people walking around your amazing facility, digging what
Yeah.
you got going on, like being excited about each other,
Yeah.
and just a real awesome caliber of person that was at
Look,
the event.
I took time to cook.
You
All
did.
right, I
The chicken was
cooked
you.
the chicken and the rice.
so good.
So if you ate it, that was mine.
Oh, off the phone, man.
And I was just like,
Actually, my Echo Movement friends, if they were like, dude, I gotta say, first compliment of the night, I was like, yay, compliments. They were like, the chicken was banging, man. I was like, they were messing with me a little bit, but they actually meant it, man. The chicken was.
Let's talk about this chicken.
Yeah, let's break it down. But it was good. So like, again, cogs in the machine, just kind of coming back to that's how I see it. Even like the musicians on my team I was talking about before, like those are cogs. I
Oh,
need good musicians
yeah.
to make good music. So like I'm so fortunate to find the different cogs and invite people in, so
But I think that's also why we were, that's why we wanted to have the event, not only just to celebrate, but to show show the space, have people, this we want it to be a creative hub. We
yeah,
want this to be a community, almost a community location for so people can find you, people can find the people that
yeah,
you work with. So because at the end of the day, sometimes we don't know where to find each other, or that missing
yeah.
cog, right, that you need. And I think if we keep having like more of these events, and I think
It's gonna be
I
awesome.
think it's gonna be
Yeah,
great.
I got to thank you guys, man. Like, just like you allowed me to use your facilities. Just walking into this place is just like you walk in, like, oh my god, immediately. It's just what a wonderful place. It's so high quality. It's beautiful. You have all these different spaces. It's huge. So like giving me the access to present myself in a way there was just you're giving me a platform that like I would be unattainable for me in any other way. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say thank you to you guys enough. And also I kind of want to like shake my community. Like this place is right here. It's in Jersey City. It's right here, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah, we're
saying?
in the Heights, man.
Yeah,
Heights of Jersey City.
yeah. I'm not gonna say it's a short trip for some of us because I had to drive with the Pulaski Skyway to get here
Yeah,
today. It was not awesome, but like it's right here, and I see what you guys are building out. And I mean, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to spoil or anything, but I see
yeah,
what's coming, and like, damn, it's gonna. I'm so happy I met you guys because I took a leap of faith, man. It was
yeah,
like end of COVID times. We were just getting out of our houses again, masks on, masks off. I don't know, and
yeah.
you were all hosting a film and TV networking event,
Yep.
and your Instagram account crossed mine. We had one friend in common, which was my friend Joe Costable, my engineering friend who also knew Khoa.
Yep.
I was like, "What is this?" I called him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Khoa's awesome, man. Like, go." I was like, "All right," and it was my first time going out to a film stuff because I turned my career towards the film and media composing at the start of COVID, and it was kind of part of a rebranding, retraining, new me kind of thing. And a lot of us
Yeah,
went through
yeah.
that right through COVID, so like there was nowhere to go.
Right.
You guys were like literally the first thing I went to, and I hung out, saw the place. I was floored, met all of you, met Khoa, hung out super late. Khoa was like, just spitting all the stuff he felt about film distribution, and like I could see the fire with him and some
Yeah.
of his takes on distribution and the unfairness of the industry really rung true because I was in a band for a lot of years trying to make it and gatekeepers and not having enough money to put your foot in the door and then with the right person. It was frustrating.
Yeah.
So and then he hit me up like 2 months later about the Bezos thing, and like, I pulled myself out there. I was scared to leave my house. I was driving to Jersey City. I was like nervous. I was like, I haven't driven in 2 years anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it was
Wow.
like, and I met a lot of cool people, Khoa being the most, cool one of that night, and just like, look what happened, man, and here we are. And it's just, I took a leap of faith on myself and then he took a leap of faith on me. But, I had my stuff set up where
Yeah.
he was able to access it and listen to it,
Right.
and he gave me a very legit opportunity and I jumped right on it, man. And like your place is like a catalyst for that kind of thing for so many people.
Right.
So when my education friend was here and my songwriting friend was here and other film composer friends of mine came out, people I graduated Berkeley with, people that live in the city, like, hey, like, I bet you they're going to do more stuff here. They're going to need a team of composers one day. Hopefully, let's
Yeah.
get in on this together. Let's go.
Yeah.
People would think, why would you invite other composers to something? It's like,
Right.
we can help each other, man. Like
Yeah. There's
help
there's
each other.
there's plenty there's plenty of work to go around.
Yeah.
I think I know. I think it's a beautiful thing. I hope that yeah. I hope you guys do go to our next event, and keep this moving. Keep this moving. You
Keep
know.
doing. Just keep
Yeah.
doing. Just
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I notice when we're young, like all of us want to do. I want to be in a band. I want to make films. I want to do this. I'll take the risk. I'll live on the futon. Did that for a long time. Maybe you could tell that story at the time. But like, just
Yeah.
like I paid my dues, like the freelance life of my 20s, not having a full-time job. Like, but you get older, you start a family, life's responsibilities pile on you, and like the stubbornness of like do quickly turns into just, I can't justify doing that anymore.
Right.
And like you got to keep doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's worth it. Whatever stage you're at life or challenge, or you feel like you've lost your connection to your craft because of age or circumstance, whatever it is, like keep doing. And then the more we're together, like we can help each other make that happen or remove that self-doubt of like you're one step away from crossing the finish line on whatever you're doing. So that rings true with me because I fight with it too. I have two kids, and I work all the time and stuff like that. It can be challenging, man. It's worth the fight. And when we have cool hangs like we had here, like it
Oh
makes it a
no,
lot
no,
easier.
absolutely.
A lot
Yeah.
easier. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, and with that, you know, what else do you need? I think you guys need to keep on doing and doing and doing. And really, if you guys are artists out there and you're doubting, having gone through a little bit of a phase, and look, either one, you get yourself up and do something, or bring yourself down here to the next event, or get yourself involved. You don't even have to wait for the next event. You want to just hit me up in the DM and just let me know, or make a comment or reach out straight at kvibe.com, and be involved. That's what it comes
Yeah.
down to. Just be involved.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you need to be around people that are going to encourage you to. And you know what? If you want to help out, and most of us are looking for people to help, more than welcome, right?
Yeah, I mean, what else could you want? It's like, hey, come to this awesome, 8,000 square foot production studio that has all these different rooms being built out with new things coming, woo,
Yeah.
and like have some wine, have some beer, have some chicken and rice,
Have some
homemade.
chicken and rice. I might cook for you, maybe.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I would go to that every day. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like telling you, all my friends, like, come on, you got to get up here, man. You check this place out.
Yeah, no, I think it's a wonderful thing. So,
Yeah.
but with that being said, thank you guys. Thank you, Colin,
Oh man, thank
for
you so
being
much.
on the
Yeah.
show. And there's so much more in store. Definitely check out the episode, and share it with your other artist friends, regular people that might want to be curious about the process of even being a composer, and or just the project of Echoes itself, because Echoes is available now. It's streaming on different platforms, probably one of your favorite platforms. You could definitely check them out on Spotify. And I don't want to just limit it to Spotify, but
Yeah.
I mean, I listen to it on Spotify.
Can
So,
I plug a couple things?
yeah.
So if you want to it's Echo's original score soundtrack to Purple Album, because there's a lot of things called Echoes, so you might run across. And obviously Colin Bell, my name is as a composer. If you want to check me out, Colin Bell Music on YouTube, I have the whole album there as well as the behind the scenes videos. I released those recently after our event, so everybody can see them. I love Instagram. That's my favorite. So NJ for New Jersey, NJ Colin, hit me up, talk to me. I like talking to people. Please hit me up. Let's talk. And that's about it. Yeah, just anywhere you stream. If you're a Bandcamp user, I'm going to plug Bandcamp. If you're a Bandcamp user, my album's on Bandcamp. It's 34 tracks. Sorry, for the minimum $7. So, that's a platform that's a lot nicer to artists. So, and I know there's a really big Bandcamp set of people that are very supportive of that. And I just started my Bandcamp adventure with this album. So if you want to go on Bandcamp, get the whole album for $7, and support that platform because they take care of artists in a good way.
You heard him there. Get it now. Get it now. But no, look, it was great having you.
Thanks,
and
man.
Dude,
Appreciate you guys.
man,
Always.
there's more to come.
I can't wait. Yeah.
You already know. You already know.
Oh, I know.
We're just not telling you yet. We're just not telling you yet. Shh. Not everything. We can't just let everything out the bag. So, I'm sure we're gonna have Colin back again on some other project that he's been involved in, and so much more. So, I hope you stay creative and keep moving.